So Ichi got dark yesterday. What's he gonna do this time? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Zatoichi and the Doomed Man. This is the next movie in the Zatoichi series and the second movie of Zatoichi Week. So, yeah, last time we had Zatoichi's Revenge, and Ichi kind of went very, very hard. He definitely was harkening back to his Yakuza days, and now it's just a matter of what's next. Now, obviously, like I said last time, these movies tend to be very episodic in nature. They're kind of their own separate thing, though there is sometimes continuity. I expect this movie's not going to be any different. I expect it's not going to be like a follow up from where we left off last time. It's just going to be its own thing. So I have no idea what this is about, obviously, as always. The title is interesting, though. Zatoichi and the Doomed Man. So this implies that Zatoichi himself is not the Doomed Man, but that I guess he's going to help the Doomed Man. I mean, knowing Ichi, that sounds like what he would do. I guess we'll just have to see. I guess we'll have to, like, find out. I don't know what else to say, so let's just get into it. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So we come from yesterday's reaction, Zatoichi's Revenge, which had become one of my favorites, one of my new favorites, due to how well it was written, the different stylistic choices they made, the pacing, the way everything kind of like came together. To this, which is basically the complete opposite. This is absolutely one of the worst Zatoichi films. It is so terribly paced. The cuts are horrifically bad. There's no good resolution in the end. The ending resolution to everything feels so, like, just half-hearted. Like, the monk dude is like, Ichi clearly believed he was the son, but then it's just like nothing ever comes of that afterwards. He leaves during the night from the hotel, or the lodging, the inn, whatever. And then he's not seen again till the end, where he's being hassled over people because of the things he's done. And like, Ichi doesn't go save him or anything. Nothing comes of it. Is he not the son of the guy? I don't think he is, but I'm just like, what? Like, what the fuck? What was the point of his character? He amounted to nothing. The girl, Oyo or something, whatever the fuck her name was, also kind of pointless. She didn't really, like, matter in the long run. Ichi himself felt like a little flip-floppy in this film. Like, at some parts he seemed almost like his normal self, but then there were others where he seemed like unusually petty and kind of like not mean-spirited, but just uncomfortably done with everyone's shit in a way that Ichi just usually isn't. Not to mention the fact that he's just like so distrusting compared to how he usually is in this one. To the point where he's actually like ignoring what he was like asked to do at first, and only gets into it because it just kind of ends up working out that way. It's just it feels like it's very much one of those Zatoichi films where they're trying to take it a completely different route than the normal ones. They're trying to change the formula, and it's not working. They're trying to change Ichi's character to adjust it a bit, and it doesn't work. I don't know if it was due to like other movies at the time and they wanted to emulate stuff from those, or if it was due to just other trends they were seeing in stuff in general, in society and whatnot. I don't know. But it came across as like very like off, for lack of a better way to put it. And then on top of that, like I said, the pacing is atrociously bad. Because it's like with all the cuts, it just like skips scenes so quickly. But then at the end, the ending is so dragged out to the point where you're just watching Ichi standing in the middle of nothing for like 2 minutes straight before like some guys come out from the side and then stand around again for another minute before they even attack him. And then the action is just not even that great in this one. The action and the swordplay is just kind of lackluster compared to other entries. The villains are just there. They're not memorable. They're not interesting. Honestly, I was kind of falling asleep, and I addressed this in the reaction. I was trying my best not to, but I was kind of falling asleep there. Literally. I'm not even joking. I know there was one point where I was kind of dozing off and I like jumped, like I had like a jolt back into being awake. I don't know if that showed on camera very well, but there's other times where I'm just sitting there where my eyes are closed for a good portion of time. Because nothing is happening. Nothing happened for so long, for such lengths of time. And I was bored out of my mind. And honestly, I was bored out of my mind even during most of this movie. I didn't care about the conflict because the problem is when you're thrown into this conflict and this goal for Ichi to go through and resolve, you in most of these movies it's built up to. You meet the character first, you find out about the conflict because you start to some degree care about the character, and then Ichi, like, you know, finds this kind of bond there as well, and things start to progress at a natural level. But here it's just like, oh, suddenly a cold open out of nowhere, and Ichi's just getting lashed, and then it goes to a flashback where he's in the prison talking to this guy, and he's like, oh, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. If you get out of here, go find my sworn brothers. Go find my family. Tell everybody. Get me out of here. Get me. I'll be executed otherwise. Why should we care? Why should Ichi care? The problem is this doesn't work as a conflict for Ichi because it makes it so that there's no reason for Ichi to care, but the fact that Ichi doesn't care and doesn't try to do this at first also feels very off for his character. So it's a lose-lose situation. On top of that, you have the fact that we have no idea who this guy is. We don't know if he's telling the truth or lying. He might be just trying to get out of shit. And then when you meet the monk and everything he goes through, it's like there's still the like lack of clarity on whether or not he's being truthful. And it's just like every single bit of information here is like untrustworthy. Every person Ichi meets. And that just kind of goes against a lot of what this series touches on. Ichi does come across some untrustworthy people from time to time, but a lot of the people he helps are people that like he can connect to, people he can care about, people who show kindness to him. And it's like I don't think a single character in here was a good person. They all felt like they were scam artists, every single one. And it just felt so extremely, like, poorly thought out. I'm not going to assume anything based on how the writing of this went and all, but it just feels like they rushed this one out in order to try out these new, like, techniques with all the cuts, with starting with a cold open and then a flashback. They were clearly trying some new stuff here, and the problem is they didn't think about how to do it right. And on top of that, it was executed so poorly that it made it, like, really, really unenjoyable to watch. The writing was off, the character work was off, the pacing was bad. This was just not a good movie. It was not a good movie. It was not a good Zatoichi movie. It was not good in any way, shape, or form. I really didn't like this one. But I guess tell me in the comments below what you thought. Thank you as always for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with another of the Zatoichi Week films. So for the time being, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.